Hey, it's Dave here again with Solhome. We are back to our first ATX LED project here in La Jolla. We've done several since then. I know it's been about a year since I did the first video on the rough-in of this project, but we missed our window the first time to get the follow-up video when we have all the fixtures in when the homeowner decided to rent the house for this past year, so we weren't able to get in. Thankfully, he's been very kind to let us come back while he had some time between tenants. So we're going to take you inside and show you what the lights look like when it's done. So before we get into anything here with the lights, I really just kind of want to take in this view and show you guys just how awesome this property is. It's gorgeous during the day, but man, even at night, it's just hard to find this anywhere else. So such a fun project to work on when you get to look at this every day. So of course you get all the benefits of color tuning, where you can go from cool to warm. Also, you get that perfect dimming that really doesn't exist in any other whole home residential product right now. So let me show you how that works a little bit. I'm going to turn these off so we can show you. So I want you to go ahead and actually zoom into, we're going to zoom into the fixtures themselves. Let me show you how low these can actually get. I mean, it's probably hard to see, but I mean, you're talking not even a candle light of power, you know, from each fixture. It is, and I hope the camera picks up. I've never done a night shoot before, but it is stunningly low, where you can just a warm, a bath of light that's really, really low. And it's not PWM. This is all just straight DC. PWM being pulse width modulation to create that really dimmed effect. That's not what's happening here at all. This is voltage controlled. And you know, the proof is that you know, if you have PWM on some of these lights, which aren't these, you know, you see flickering in the video. And I'm willing to bet you don't see any of that, even though I haven't seen the footage yet. Yeah, it's stunning in person, and it's, you can just do so much with it. I mean, and you control the dimming right here, just like a regular dimmer. So you can go up and down, right? Of course. And also, from the switch itself, if we zoom in right here to the switch, so if you hold down the switch and then you move the dimmer slider, so what that actually does is change the color of the light. So you can go warm, and then the other way is cool. And then I like it somewhere just in between, which is really nice. So hopefully that comes across on camera. And there's another setting with the system, because it is all digital addressable. So it does use a Dolly interface for all of these devices. You can actually set the hub, so basically the brain of the system, to follow circadian rhythm throughout the day. So in the morning, the lights will start warmer, and then by solar noon, they'll be more on the cooler setting. And then by the evenings, it will go back to the warmer setting again. So meant to work with the body's natural rhythm, you know, with the blues and all that coming in and out. So something totally unique to this product. So the fan controls for the ATX system are awesome, super unique. It can be a little hard to learn at first if you're not used to it, because you're coming up to a blank, what looks like a switch, but I'll show you how to use it real quick here. So of course this is your on and off for the fan. But this is where all the settings are. So yes, this is a slider up and down for dimming the fan speed, higher or lower. It also determines the fan direction. So you can have a downflow direction, of course, in the summertime. You can also switch the direction in the winter if you want to move some of that warm air that's up by the ceiling. So I'll kind of show you how that works. So I'm going to have it, so what you're going to do is slide the dimmer up, and then you turn it on. And that's going to be the downflow setting. So that's just stopping because I had it in the other direction. And that should start going, there it goes. So this is now your summer downflow direction, and I can adjust that speed by sliding the dimmer down. So that was full, and now it's about half. And now that's the minimum speed. So if I want to switch the directions, I'll show you over here. So you have to turn it off. So we're going to turn it off. Now, I started in the up position, the dimmer, to get the downflow. Well, if I want to reverse the flow of the fan, I'm going to have it start from the down position. So we're going to turn it on. And then I'm going to slide the dimmer up. So, and of course, it was spinning the other way. It has to wait for it to stop spinning from the one direction if you want to switch directions quickly. So here it should stop and then start spinning the other way. And there it goes. So that is now the downflow, and that is on the highest speed. So something else that's amazing about these fans that you can't get anywhere else. So these are Caro fans. Caro's a brand. And what ATX does is they have you buy the Caro fans, and ATX simply supplies a circuit board. And what you do is you replace the circuit board that has the AC to DC converter on it that comes shipped with the fan. You just take that out, put the ATX LED board in, and then it works natively and flawlessly with the ATX controls and the 48-volt system. Something else I want to show you. So I have this fan on half speed. Something really unique to this system is it's insanely quiet. I mean, you literally cannot hear it because there is no AC. Normally with a regular traditional ceiling fan that's 120 volts, you hear kind of that hum, that even when it's on a low setting. This completely eliminates that. Like, I cannot wait to have these fans in my house, which I'm building right now, so hopefully I'll do a video on that later, when you can just run the fan on low at night. You don't even hear it. It is absolutely silent. And I'll turn it up and you can get closer, and you will hear the wind speed off the fan blades, but you will not hear the motor. It is so quiet. And then also, I'll show you the light as well. Of course, there is a light on the bottom of the fan, so you do have another switch here to turn the light on, of course. And you can also do, of course, all the dimming that you would expect with the system. So with this one, you actually hold the switch down, and it goes through its dimming cycle. So that's lower, that's higher, of course. We'll turn that off. And yeah, we just turn off the fan just by doing this, and that's it. So I want to show you guys this kitchen. It turned out awesome. Super proud of it, especially the lights. So again, in the kitchen, you can change the colors of these downlights. So in the kitchen, you might want more of a cool light for more task lighting. And of course, you can adjust these right here at the switch, just like everywhere else. So we can put that on a more cool light. And something else that's really cool with the system, it's really, really flexible. And what I mean is you can actually take some other LED fixtures and make them that would work with a 48-volt architecture and incorporate them into the system. So we have these under cabinet lights that, of course, have the same dimming features as everything else. These are not color tuning lights because they're not actually ATX LED lights. These are third party that we just happen to work well with the system. But it just shows the flexibility of what you can do. I mean, really, it's just your imagination is the limit of what lights you can combine with this so that you can get the features and benefits of the high efficiency and that perfect dimming that only comes with this system. So a common question I get asked when we're talking about this ATX system is, well, what if I just want to use regular fixtures? Do I have to use the ATX specific fixtures? And the answer is no. It's very flexible with any existing fixtures that have a screw-on base, like that Edison style screw-on base, such as this fixture right here. So it can have these regular, I believe they're E23 Edison bulbs. Is this size. They do make the other candelabra size. I can't remember off the top of my head what that model is, but there are a few different bulb sizes that ATX sells, and they're plug and play. You literally just use these bulbs and have this fixture wired to this driver, and it just works, along with the same features and benefits of everything else in the house. The only thing you don't get is the color tuning feature, so you do have to select your color temperature bulbs when you do buy them, and that's standard with any 120 volt bulb, right? You got to pick your temperature. So they are fixed temperature, but you do get that perfect dimming with no flicker, no PWM. It just looks totally natural light. Doesn't look fake or have that weird kind of strobe effect to it. So yeah, and they also get very bright. So you are not at a loss for light with these bulbs. There's also a common misconception. Oh, it's low voltage. They're going to be super dim. Oh my gosh, no. Really high lumens output. Some of these lights put out almost 700 lumens per light. What does that mean? It's a lot of light. You're not going to be hurting for lights. So one thing you got to be careful of, or not careful, you just have to plan, is if you do want the color tuning feature with the ATX lights, you can only do up to 4 lights per driver, which is this switch right here, right? So you're like, well, Dave, but what if I have a room that needs more than 4 lights and I want to control it with one switch? So this room right here has 6 lights, right? So what we did is we divided the lights up into 2 groups of 3. And we have one driver on this end of the room where you would come into the room that controls 3 of the lights, and then the other driver on the end of the room controls the other 3 lights. So, and you get them to work together through programming. So you use the actual ATX LED hub. It's a web page that I'm actually going to show you in a minute where you can do all of these settings. So you use software to do the 3-way switches, which solves both problems of we have a 3-way switch and we now have 6 lights in one room that work together without just having a max of 4. And the way it does that is over the bus. So this has a dolly bus network. So there's 2 extra wires in that thermostat wire that we ran when we were roughing it in that makes this entire home just a local network. These fixtures all talking on the network and telling each other what to do. So when I tell this fixture to turn off, this driver, it's telling the driver on the other end of the room through programming, hey, you're supposed to turn off too, and it's just seamless. It's flawless. So you would never know that it was software driven to get both of these to work, to get all 6 lights to turn on and off. And that also works over the bus with the dimming, of course. So I dim it here. It's also dimming these other 3 lights. It's communicated over the bus, and same with the color tuning, of course, right? So it's all seamless and flawless, all through software. And it's really cool because now you don't have to worry about wiring 3-way switches, right? If you do it that way. If you have a room, and most rooms that would require a 3-way switch would probably have more than 4 lights anyway. So yeah, it's great. It kills 2 birds with 1 stone, works flawlessly, and then it's endlessly configurable. So you could have as many lights in the room as you want, like the house I'm building right now. I have 20 lights in my great room, and they all work together. And it works in the same manner. There's several entrances and doors to that great room. They all have a switch. So, your 20 lights, that's 5 drivers, switches. You hit one of them through programming, it tells them all to turn on or off or whatever. It's completely seamless. No one would ever know that it's software driven. It's great. So here's another example of just any standard fixture with a screw and base that will work with the system, right? So this is something that's really cool, no pun intended. And I'd like to see you do this with any other LED bulbs that are 120 volt driven, but it is absolutely cool to the touch. I mean, just absolutely cool. Crazy, because it's cool because there's no little circuit board in here or rectifier that every LED off-the-shelf life has. If it's driven by 120 volts to drop it down to the DC voltage for that LED that it needs. This eliminates all of that. Those points of failure are gone. So these bulbs, rated at well over 10,000 hours, you'll actually see that. There's no electronics to fail in it. It's just these LEDs in here and 2 wires. So pretty cool. And again, it just screws in just like any other bulb. And it just works. That's what I like about it. So, and also, of course, you get the same dimming and all those features as well, right? And something else you'll notice that I haven't touched on yet is every time we turn these on and off, they dim on, or not dim on, they slowly turn on and they dim off slowly over about a second or 2. And that is all programmable through the hub on the local network. I'll show you that page here next. You can go in and set that setting of how long do I want it to take till it turns on or turns off. You can make it instant if you want that jarring on or off. It's up to you if you like that kind of thing, or if you want to make it slower, you can. All totally configurable, tons of settings. You can totally nerd out on that if you wanted to. So once you get your system online, you're going to go to, I'll show you here how you do it, me.atxled.com. and that takes you to the web page for your hub. And I'll show you the hub that's in this house. It's in the garage. So this is your local network. So I can't stress enough that everything I'm going to do here is local. It requires no internet, requires no fancy Wi-Fi dongle or hub or gateway that has to connect to a network from a proprietary manufacturer. This is all open source, and it's local here in the house. So anybody that's worried about security or maybe some third-party cloud services, don't have to worry about it at all. So this is the home screen here, and you can use this to control your lights. So master bath sconces, which we can't see here. So we're here in the kitchen. So let's see if I can find the kitchen light. So there's a sink, oh, right here. So watch as I turn this on. So you notice those turn on behind me. So you do have all these web controls. You can also control the dimming from here as well, right? Which is great. So not only does it work, this happens to be an iPad, but of course any PC, Mac, your phone as well works flawlessly. And something that's also unique to this system, it shows you in real time how many watts it's using. So keep in mind, there's a lot of lights on, and this is a 3,000 square foot house, and we're doing what, 452 watts, and you can actually see that update in real time. So I'll turn a couple off. You can kind of watch the usage drop. Turn some back on. So really cool how it gives you those insights like in real time, just right on the home page. But yeah, so you can see all of your devices. So yeah, I should mention that when we commission the system, each one of these drivers here that look like a switch, they're individually addressable. So you go in, you figure out, hey, this is driver number 32, whatever. You come in here and you operate it, turn it on and off, and you can go in and give it a name. So of course that makes it easy to find it later, and then you go and do all your settings with how you want to turn on or off. You can do schedules, scenes. So something else that's cool, you have a ton of settings in here. So here again, here's all the individual devices that we can turn on and off from here, and then you can go into individual settings for that device. I know it's kind of a lot and it's kind of nerdy looking, whatever, but once you get into it and learn it, it's actually super intuitive. So one thing that's amazing that this system does is its hue emulation. So he actually has a page in here that kind of tells you how to turn on the hue emulation. What is hue? So Philips Hue. If you've heard of Philips, Philips is a large lighting manufacturer, so they have their Hue protocol, right? So this emulates that protocol through this hub, and what that does is that allows you to integrate with other manufacturers' home automation systems, such as Apple's or Amazon or Google, right? And especially Home Assistant. I'm a huge Home Assistant fan, and you can get this into Home Assistant, so you will see all of these drivers as entities in Home Assistant, and the automations you can do are just amazing, and it's open source. You're not linked to some manufacturer's crazy expensive gateway or their cloud-based system. It's all local here on the network. You can make it cloud-based if you want, right? You could go ahead and give it a port and have it be accessible anywhere in the world if it is connected to the internet if you want it to. Highly configurable, highly flexible, completely configurable with home automations. And unique to this system is because it does use the ceiling fans and the bath fans. So out of the box, you can now set some pretty powerful schedules with the fans as well. I don't know any other system on the planet that has that level of customization with being able to automate the house. I mean, this is the future of lighting and fans, and the low voltage coming into the home opens all of this up. It's incredible. All right, so we're in the garage in this house, and this is the main center of the system. This is the customer's low voltage panel. So I kind of want to show you all this fun stuff. So again, this is the customer's low voltage panel, so he does have his home internet router in here as well, but the rest of this is ATX LED stuff, so I'll kind of walk you through it real quick. So we do have our 120 volts coming in, and then that goes into our two Meanwell power supplies. And coming out of those power supplies is, in this one it's 53 volts, so it is a 48 volt nominal system, so try to run the voltage a little higher, so once you get to the far reaches of the house, this is a 3,000 square foot house, so not small, single story, so it's really a long run from here to the furthest fixture. You don't want a lot of voltage drop, so that's why we run a little bit higher voltage, which makes it just flawless and work perfectly. So it comes out of here at 53 volts DC into these two power supplies right here. And all these do is they actually, well, not power supplies, they distribute the power to these home runs, feed the circuits in the rest of the house. And I kind of walked through that rough-in installation when we built the house about a year ago. I'll link that video as well so you can see that. But you'll notice it is a 5-wire home run going out to these drivers. So we do have the dolly bus. Those first two wires are the bus positives and negatives. We do have a ground wire, and we do have the 53 volt positive and negative as well on these. So that's all you need to run the whole house. And then coming off of here, we do have these Ethernet cables that are powering this hub over PoE, right? So that's actually really cool that the hub is powered with PoE. It also does have, just a regular 5 volt plug-in if you want over there, but it's real nice and clean with the PoE power. And this is what controls the system. This is the heart of the system that connects to Wi-Fi or Ethernet, and what sends all of the commands over the dolly bus, right, to do all the automation, scenes, schedules, all the fun stuff. So that does work through this little server in here. I also want to show you this, and this is something totally unique to this system. So I'm going to show you this. So we're running this low voltage panel off one 15 amp breaker. So a 3,000 square foot house, lights, this is indoor lights, outdoor lights. We have security lights out here. All their ceiling fans, I believe there's 6 of them on one 15 amp breaker. I mean, that is the most efficient system on the planet. And it gets even more efficient if you eliminate the AC part of it. So those of you that have a 48 volt nominal solar battery system, that's running, say, off lithium iron phosphate that runs around, 52, 56 volts, you've now eliminated the AC conversion, and the efficiency is off the charts. There's nothing else that comes even close on the planet. And to me, I think that's where the future is going, is more DC integrations in the house, especially with solar production being DC. It just makes sense to eliminate that AC conversion back and forth rather. So the future, and it's starting with this system. So something I want to mention is that in the last year, ATX LED has actually merged with Clean Life. Who is Clean Life, you might ask? Well, in their words, they're the largest lighting manufacturer that you've never heard of. And once they told me the projects they've done and the lights they manufacture, they are right. They're a really big company that stands behind this product and believes in it, obviously. So they've come to terms and merged, and they are going to put the capital and the manpower behind ATX LED now to grow it and bring it to the masses. So really proud of that, and I'm really proud to be working with Clean Life in helping them achieve their goals, and especially in the Southwest. So if you're looking at this product, say, for your custom home, hit me up on the link in the description, and I can help you kind of figure out a package that would work for your build and give you some quotes, help you with installation, all that stuff. So that's it for this video. Hope to see you in the next one, and take care.